Testing. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro. Testing. Testing. Testing, testing. Hola. Hello. Howdy. Testing, testing. Hola. Hello. Howdy. Oof. Yellow. Testing, testing. Yellow. Testing, testing. Alright, hello there, everybody. This is Daftstarboy on my first ever real live stream, I guess. I tried this earlier, and unfortunately, for the sake of brevity, it didn't save anything. Now, I'm not upset about it or anything, just what it is, but here we are again, and yeah. So I wanted to start off with Jak and Daxter as one of my first streams at all, mainly because it's always been one of my comfort games, and who can dislike Jak and Daxter? I mean, it's a timeless classic, and for the most part, phenomenal game. Just a very good all rounder. Especially when it comes to like those early, 2000s platformers, Banjo Kazooie, the Tasmanian Tiger, all of them. It's a good thing to pass the time with, and I figured, hey, why not get out there in the world of streaming with one of the games I grew up with, especially one from one of the series that has my heart, that has had my heart for years. So, join me on this adventure.
I have spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy. Oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Help! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay, okay. I'm fine. I'm fine.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds, just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns. You can't come back through the warp gate until you find all 4 power cells on this island.
So, the adventure begins. I've been enjoying this game for about as long as it's come out.
This device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
No, it's one of those games that you just start your life with. You know what I mean? Like most people, it's Mario 64. Most people, it's Crash Bandicoot. For me, it was all about the Jak and Daxter. The whole, island adventure, and it was just it's magical. It's like playing through a Disney game if you think about it, but in its own way. Um, Probably just described a lot of the people's experiences with these types of games. Like the Sly Coopers and the Ratchet and Clanks, but for me, Jack and Daxter will always be timeless. It's just at least the first one. I think it's one of those platformers that you can just easily pick up and just jump right in.
These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
But then you got the later games, and those games tend to get a little bit more hectic. Especially Jack 2 with how unforgiving it is with the checkpoints and whatnot.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grab Zoomer.
Beautiful. Oof. And even the movement in this, it's very fluid.
One of my scout flies. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
That's blue eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue eco allows you to
Motion?
fast,
Shit.
and even activate precursor artifacts when you get near them.
Same as what you know about motion, bruh.
Wow! That last scout fly had a power cell. I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
Notice how each blue eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power.
So there's this one little thing I used to do as a kid, right here at this part. I'd like collect all the blue eco bits, and just run as fast as I can to that little precursor door at the end of this. And if you actually manage to get through this little obstacle course fast enough, you can actually.
This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling blue eco through your body.
You can actually open it without ever going to the vent. The only bad thing is that you need these 3 precursor orbs to
That's a blue eco
finish the
vent.
level.
More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
And God help you if you fall down there.
Good work. The blue eco caused the door to open. With blue eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years. Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or 1 big green one to increase your health. You can jump once, then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
All right. So shit-eating grin.
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Now the cool thing about Jak and Daxter is, you know, you can basically never talk to anybody and you'll still do what you need to do if you know what you're doing, or if you just happen to just stumble upon everything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to talk to Kira here, but she'll just, you know, tell you, hey, you know, go to the jungle and, you know, get power cells to power that little A-Graph Zoomer, and then, yeah, but you never have to. It's optional.
Hey, baby. What do you say you and I go cruising on this A-Graph Zoomer?
Rule number 1, I don't date animals.
Which needs to be a rule for a lot of people.
You don't know what you're missing.
Listen, if you need something to keep you busy, my father always talked about an ancient precursor pipeline hidden deep underground. Some of these pipes end in vents from which eco flows freely, and some have been capped off so that the eco is sealed back. There must be a way to turn the capped vents on. I traced part of the pipeline back to the Forbidden Temple. Maybe you should look there for some type of switch.
My question is, why is it forbidden? Like, the way it's all open, and you could think that anybody could just walk in and it'd be fine.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
Talk to this guy to get this conversation out of the way for later.
Hey!
The furry dude!
Oh, I thought for a moment you were my muse.
You're what?
Haven't you ever seen a muse before? It's a little glowing squirrel about your size, full of spunk, and crazy as a lark.
Oh, I get it. Like a sidekick.
As a matter of fact, without my muse, I just can't sculpt. But with her around, I see beauty in everything, you know? Right now, I couldn't chisel my way out of a box. I think she ran away to that misty island. Oh, I just hope she's all right. It's worth a power cell if you bring her back to me.
Wait a minute. We are not going back to Misty Island. Are we?
Oh, yes, we are.
Hey! It looks like scout flies are always in red boxes. What a weird-looking thing! I'll bet we can get this open if you power up with that zappy blue eco stuff.
No Yakko were harmed in the making of this Twitch stream. I get why they never added voice lines in Jak, like, 2 for, like, you know, all the little yeahs and the heat. You know, it'd probably be annoying, or maybe they just didn't want to bother Mike Irwin to record any lines for it. But I thought it was always cute, especially for like the whole, you know, 2000s platformer type thing. Then again, the series did jump the shark in the next game.
farmer owes us a power cell. Let's go talk to him.
Yeah. Ah, well done, my boy. You actually got those flea bags back into the pen. Now I can sleep in peace. Take this power cell for your trouble.
I need 2 of them. Beautiful. And this was so gorgeous for its time, the way that you could just seamlessly transition between levels. Although, you know, the little walkways obviously are, you know, the little loading screens in and of themselves. It's like they're little corridors. But gorgeous nonetheless.
We scrounged enough orbs to trade for a power cell. Let's get back and make the switch already.
What? Always love the little music, little OST here.
What do you have in the basket?
Nothing to talk about. Them monsters patrolling the ocean took a bite out of me fishing rig. And now they're gobbling up me catch. No matter what I try, I can't seem to catch a single fish in this river.
Woo! Maybe.
It's your breath.
You think you can do better? Try scooping up river fish with a tiny net. I'll give you a power cell if you can catch 200 pounds of them critters. And then I'll let you and Shrimp here use my speedboat to get to Misty Island. You want to try the challenge? There are 2 types of good fish to catch. 1-pound fishies and 5-pound fishies. If you miss 20 pounds of good fish, then I'm gonna take me net back from you. There are poisonous eels in this river. Catch even a one of them boogers, and you'll poison the whole darn catch.
Cameron Conroy, everybody. The late and great Batman.
Here comes a big one.
You know what I never understood about this as a kid? It's like, hey, you can miss, I don't know however many he said, but you can miss this amount. And if you do, I'll take the net from you. Like, bro, like if you're doing any better, bro. If you were doing any better, you wouldn't be asking me to do this for you. This is a really great way to sharpen your reflexes as a kid. Oof. I haven't missed one in years.
Here comes a big one.
Goes to show you how time can wither away at reflexes. Eels.
Steady, boy. Here comes a big one. Hold steady. Almost there. You did it! You caught 200 pounds of fish. Not bad for a couple of landlubbers. Here's the power cell I promised. And you can use my boat at the village dock whenever you like.
Again, the late and great Kevin Conroy, everybody. He's forever, eternally laughing, getting his belly rubbed by fishes.
machine and break the mirror diverting the precursor beam.
Never knew you could walk behind here. It's crazy. Uh-oh. My age is showing. So, this is always a little secret as a kid. I never, always thought it was like, oh my god, it's a secret, you know, power cell, you know. Game doesn't specifically say you have to do this, it's just there. Rather realistic bonk noise.
Those tower doohickeys scattered all over the jungle must redirect the eco beam. Let's go fiddle with them. Line up the beam by pointing it at the next tower.
Flashbang.
Hey, we can follow the beam to find the next tower.
So, a little bit of a lanky hitbox there. Flashbang. Pocket sand.
Let's go to the next tower and reconnect the beam there.
Gotta make sure you don't forget any of these little posts. There's one forgotten, one forgotten precursor eggs will just leave you wondering for forever. Luckily, it's not like other games where, like, let's say, for example, the Tasmanian Tiger, you forget one of those opals somewhere, and who help you? Lord help you find that thing. Be swimming around for hours. If you know, you know. Those specific levels where it's just a bunch of water and you're like scouring the levels and scouring for up to no end. You know ball. If you know what I'm talking about, you know ball. Oop. That's not fun. That's a first. Maybe I just wanted to use that as an excuse to listen to the OST. Yeah, just say that. Flashbang. Alright. Shall we get going? So I know I have very fond memories of playing this game, especially when I was way young. I was too young to be playing Jak 2. I used to ask my aunt, you know, my aunt used to babysit me a lot at the time, and I used to ask her, hey, can you help me out with the intro to Jak 2, basically getting out of the prison, mostly. Like, for some reason, my little baby brain couldn't understand how to get out of the Haven City prison, and yeah. This is one of the fond memories I have.
Get to the top of that tower.
Bitch, don't tell me what to do. Bum, ba-da, ba-da, da, da, da. Power cell. Now I'm doing the 100% route here on Jack.
All right! You found all the scout flies in this area.
Jack 1, but when it comes to Jack 2, I'm not gonna be doing a lot of the challenges and whatnot because we're gonna be there for years. We do that. Used to see if I can take fall damage by jumping and keeping him at max height after this, but no, nothing really. As a kid, I always hated coming here because I never really was able to get past the boss. You know, you're a kid, you don't really know what to do, and the game doesn't really let you out of here at all once you're in here, so you have to do this.
Yeah, so we got a precursor launcher here, but you aren't powered up with the blue stuff. So it ain't gonna help us.
Ooh, look at that. It's a crazy nice save. Bow. You know, this.
Wow, did you see that? Blue eco-vents have been activated all over the world. I knew there was a way to turn them on. There must be places to turn on the other eco-vents as well.
Don't ask how to turn her on. Don't ask how to turn her on. But yeah. Luckily, by coming here first, we unlocked these vents. Whereas if we had gone to Sentinel Beach first, we would have to come all the way here and then go all the way back to Sentinel Beach to get some of the power cells because of that vent not being open. Oops. Oh, you bastard. Oh, Jesus. Definitely gotta stay at a distance now. Woo. Awesome. 2 health points. Awesome. Now, one thing you always gotta do, especially after you defeat this boss, you gotta jump on its head. Boing. Get that power cell. Boing. Power cell. Boing. Power cell. Boing. Power cell. Precursor orbs, I apologize. I think he has a total of 5 in its mouth, and the reason you do that is because obviously you don't want to have to come back in here and collect them. But now, since we've collected everything else in the level, right after this, it should be... Oh. Excuse the shit out of my goddamn French. I missed orbs. I missed 10 orbs. Where did I miss 10 orbs? Huh. Here, I thought I know exactly where I missed 10 orbs. Right here. Oof.
And keep away from those dark eco boxes.
Yes, mother, yes. But see, now that we've defeated the boss, these are now dead around the level. Which is a cute little bit of like world building, sort of. You're gonna tell me there's 20 here. Okay, there's 20 there. Ah, Kevin Conroy. Enjoy your fishies, my boy. And we leave here. Get this last little refractor, whatever it is. And with this last refractor connected, we've completed Forbidden Jungle.
We should go tell that windbag of a mayor that he owes us big time for connecting the village energy beam. Hey! Let's go check out old Fish Brett's speedboat at the dock.
Get some power cells here from this guy.
Oh, what a wonderful sight! I thank you. And the entire village will thank me. Boys, you have restored power to the village and guaranteed my re-election. And for that, my boy, you earned a power cell.
One more.
So, you want to make a contribution? Good. A sizable one, I hope. You! Yes. Oh, it is a sizable contribution. I just hope this power cell adequately represents my gratitude.
You know, it's crazy to think that at first the villagers think we're just, doing things and whatnot for random power cells for no reason, but by the end of it, we're doing this to save the world.
Well, hello there, my dear boy. You caught me at the most inopportune moment. I was to set off on my journeys yesterday, but I seem to be a spot short on the old precursor orbs. I would have pledged my word that I had 90 of them, but I gather that your young friend, the little annoying, miserably ugly one, might have just pilfered them as a sort of a spot of fun. Anyway, would you be kind enough to loan your dear old uncle 90 precursor orbs so he can get underway? I would offer you a power cell in return.
Which makes me wonder.
I see you two are back to make the trade. Good, jolly good. You have the precursor orbs that we agreed on? I hope you put this hard-earned power cell to good use. Cheerio, ta-ta, bye-bye.
Makes me wonder if power cells are worth 90 orbs, or 120 in some cases. What's their value in the world? You know what I mean? Like, what are power cells used for besides to power items? Makes me wonder if there are more than the 120 I think that there are to collect, then, just what are the orbs used for? Yeah, who knows? Probably just currency or whatever. On our way to Misty Island here, second level or third level, depending on how you play it. That's the beauty of this thing. You can play it however you want. But I'll leave the calming one for last. Enjoy get the mid difficulty one out of the way first, then do the difficult one, and then just have fun by the end of it. And this is where we leave off the stream, guys. You don't know it yet, but I kind of already did a couple of...
This place gives me the creeps. And trust me, it's a whole new experience when you're covered in fuzz.
A little bit of streaming beforehand, and unfortunately I didn't record or save, and well, here we are. But I want to thank you guys. If anybody watches this in the future, or it gets archived or whatever, thank you for coming along on my streams, and hopefully to start streaming more often again in the future. And if it gets liked, I probably dedicate more time to it. Thank you very much, you guys. See you later.